Hi everyone, it's me, Allie, your melanin sister, coming to you from beautiful South Florida. Just take a look at this picturesque backdrop. So it's Labor Day weekend, and again, I'm in sunny South Florida. And thank you so much for joining me on Melanin Masterclass, where we refresh, renew, and reveal a new you for a life you love. So, what's been going on? How is everything? I'm doing well. The kids are back in school, and summer for us is finally over, right? So, today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that was on my heart, and I wanted to, ooh, very windy, darling. I wanted to kind of just, chat a little bit about abundance, law of attraction, and things like that. Yes, I'm my own photographer, so bear with me. Um, and I've seen so many videos on YouTube about abundance, law of attraction, manifesting, those kinds of things. And I know myself, when I was in my 20s and my 30s, it was very, very difficult to even understand that concept. What do you mean if I use the right words and thought patterns and feel the right feelings and emotions that I'll be abundant? That sounds like a bunch of hogwash. And I know a lot of people feel that, it's a load of hocus pocus or hogwash, but it's not, guys. This is backed by science, and science still has a way to go to prove how your mind, your words, your thoughts can control your destiny, and that could be for the better or for the worst, right? So today's video is really talking about abundance mindset, how to develop that mindset, and how to really use that to accomplish our goals and our dreams of being happy, healthy, and wealthy. I do have my cheat sheet here because I like to talk to you after I've kind of journaled my thoughts. So you might see me looking back and forth. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm really just, I like to, go through my thoughts prior to coming on the video and then talking with you about, what I've researched or what I've learned. All right. So to start out on this topic about abundance and law of attraction, do you realize that you already have everything you need in your possession to be successful and abundant? Yes, it's a true question. Did you know that? Everything you already need to take that to the next step, you already have. You were born with it, right? And a lot of people seem to forget that because I don't remember, but I've read that in times where land, water, air, food was all free, people never thought twice about survival, right? The only thing they wanted to do was survive, and they wanted to remain healthy. They wanted to take care of their families.
I think you have a talent for survival.
Today's world, where we now have money being exchanged to buy goods and services and land and air and all those things that used to be free, we seem to have lost the concept of all material resources being available to us anyway, right? It's all energy, and money itself is a physical, it's money in the physical, right? So it's money. Money is manifested energy in the physical, if I'm saying that correctly. So money is energy. You need it to survive. It floats around. It's available in unlimited resources on this planet, right? The same as air, water, and food. Now, I'm not going to say that in some areas, some of these resources are not in shorter supply. And that is another topic as to why that is. We have capitalism, we have greed, we have all those other things that come into play when it comes on to resources costing money. and people not having some of the resources that are basic. All right, so for the purposes of this video, we're going to talk about just money in general and what it is, right? And how we can get a hold and live our true abundance lifestyle. All right, so another point that I wanted to make now also is that with all this talk about abundance and having more money and having wealth in order to improve our lives, we have to realize that money has also become an illusion of success and happiness. Having all the money you need does not necessarily mean that you're going to be happy. All right, so let me repeat that. With all the money and material resources you need does not automatically mean that you will be happy. So therefore, my definition of abundance is being happy, healthy, and wealthy. All three. If you have two, you need to work on one. If you have one, you need to work on the other two, right? So this process should be a learning and a growing process throughout the years in order for us to achieve our true abundance. All right. So as I mentioned, money and wealth and resources are all energy, and it is infinite resources available to you on this planet if you only know how to tap into it. All right, how do you tap into it? So I must tell you that our brain, our normal functioning brain, our conscious mind is what we call it, cannot tap into this way of attracting wealth and abundance. It cannot tap into the unlimited source that's available. Only your subconscious mind can tap into the feelings and the necessary thought patterns and the necessary tools that you need to live an abundant life. And I'll explain a little bit more why I say that. So your subconscious mind, where you think, okay, I'm going to pick up this phone case, okay? My conscious mind is picking up the phone case. My conscious mind is telling me to stand up. I'm going to stand up, right? So the conscious mind itself does not have the capability and a direct connection to the source that we need to be abundant. Only the unconscious mind can. And this is where the work begins. So don't let anybody tell you that you need to put the chicken before the egg or the egg before the chicken. This is exactly what needs to happen. Your subconscious mind should already think it, believe it, live it before it can become manifested. All right? If you ask the right questions, your unconscious mind, which is your subconscious, will give you all the answers you need to increase your energy levels and increase your abundance. Let me repeat that. If you ask the right questions and get the right answers from your subconscious, it will be revealed to you how to get to where you need to get to, okay? And every one of us have a different level and a different need of abundance, right? Some of us want more material things, and I wouldn't even say more material things. Everyone's levels of abundance is different. Some people live on farms, some people live in the city, some people live in the desert, some people live, it depends on where you are, where you live, what your lifestyle is. You need a certain thing to feel fulfilled, to feel abundant, to feel happy, healthy, and wealthy. And there is no cookie cutter. There's no direct money target. Like, oh, okay, so if I have $1 million, I'm going to be okay for the rest of my life and I'm going to feel abundant. No, because in some places, $1 million does not last very long. Like right here in beautiful South Florida, right? You want to live on the intercoastal in one of these beautiful homes, right? You are not looking to make $1 million. You would need a lot more than that. But if you live in a different part, say in North Florida somewhere where you want to be on the beach and all you want is a little house on the beach and that's what you would like to accomplish, well then you would have met your goal, right? Hi everybody. Right, so think about abundance in in this way, right? It's where you want to be to feel like you have accomplished your goals and you're happy, feeling free, feeling happy and healthy, and you have the wealth you need. That may be money, it may be natural resources, it may be land, it might be. Okay, so as I was saying, abundance mindset is not all, it's not all about money, right? It is understanding that you have plenty of everything that you need for survival. Plenty of love, plenty of health, plenty of relationships, plenty you have purpose in life, and you have a career that you love. Even if you're a stay-at-home parent, you know that you're doing that because that is what you want to do in life, and you are enjoying being a stay-at-home parent. So the absence of a career is not necessarily a bad thing, or something that you can say, well, I won't feel abundant because I don't have a job or a career, right? It all depends on everybody's personal situation. Another point that I want to touch on is that true wealthy people never think about money, right? They don't worry about money. It is available to them as the air they're breathing. And once you can understand that in your mind, you understand why obtaining wealth and money in its physical form is everywhere. It's infinite, right? Think about breathing. How many of us think about breathing? Not many, because it's subconscious. That is the same way. Abundance begins in your subconscious mind. I give you an example. One time I was flying on a first class flight to Hawaii, and there was a gentleman sitting next to me. And I was saying, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be on this first class flight to Hawaii. It was always my dream to go to Hawaii, and going this way is even more special to me. And I said, man, these tickets are really ridiculously priced. And he was like, oh, really? How much are they? And I looked at him like, wait, you're sitting next to me. How do you not know what this ticket costs? He's like, oh no, my assistant just books the flight. I don't know how much airlines cost anymore. And I thought about that. I was like, what the hell? Here I am thinking that I've accomplished something so great because, I was able to get on that first class flight. And this guy is probably taking them every day. He doesn't even worry about what it costs. He just asks somebody, hey, I want to go here and I want to go first class, book the ticket. He doesn't know how much it costs. He doesn't, it's never a thought to him. It's the same way that we should start training our minds to think in our own way. Maybe it's not in a first class flight setting, or maybe we're not there yet, but in other ways, we just think about things being automatic, normal. Okay? The key to understanding wealth, and the key to wealth is, listen carefully, is understanding that there's an infinite amount of abundance within your reach. All abundance is available to you and waiting to be claimed by sending the correct signals to your unconscious or your subconscious mind. So everything is available, waiting to be claimed if you send your mind the right signals by using high energy words, clear intentions. And we already talked about in my 2 videos ago about the language of the subconscious mind, right? It's imagery and it's symbols. So you need to find a way to come up with imagery and symbols in your personal, to talk with your own subconscious mind, right? Because that's the only way you can speak to it, and by using those high energy words and thoughts. All right. So instead of making goals, right, setting goals to be wealthy, what can you do? Right? When you set goals to get money, it's like a very short-lived way of getting to wealth. We always hear about the people who win the lottery and are broke again in another year or two because they did not develop the mindset that would come along with the wealth, right? So they lose it very easily. We also hear that term, a fool and his money are soon parted, right? So you have to understand that you have to have that mindset as if you're breathing air, that wealth is available always, everywhere around you. Develop that mindset, right? And then more will come. So, what was I saying? All right. So the way I would like you to think about it is to go backwards. right? Instead of thinking about it in the typical way that everybody tells you, like, okay, set goals and then you do this every day, you do this every day in order to make money, in order to get wealth. You start backwards. You start with the feeling of wealth, the feeling of abundance. You start with already living that experience in your mind, and then you goal set and you set your goals. Because actually setting goals before having that feeling, before knowing why you want to be wealthy, what do you hope to accomplish by being abundant, is not going to work. That's why a fool and his money are soon parted. You need to understand first the feeling. For example, if you're building a high-end luxury condominium, you're not going to start by raising money, right? You're not going to start by getting money to build this condominium. The first thing you're going to do is to visualize a condominium. What's the purpose of it? What kind of people would you like to live there? You imagine that. You imagine, okay, so how do I want it to look? I want it to have these type of rooms. I want it to have this type of outdoor setting, outdoor landscaping. I would like it to look like this. And then, why am I building it? What's the purpose of this building? Okay, so that people can live downtown Brickell, Miami, and young professionals can feel like they live with all the young professionals, and they can network, they can commune together. Maybe we do a community center within the condominium. So you start with the end goal. How that feeling of having this condominium, walking in that condominium, who do you see? What services do they have to offer? How is the wait staff? How are the staff how do you want them to be? Same thing, how you start that wealth journey. You feel it, you experience it, you figure out what the purpose of it is, and then you start your milestones, your goals, your planning to start raising that money and getting it on the way, right? You don't start with getting the money and then figuring out, okay, I have this money. I figure I'm just going to build a condominium. I don't really know why, but I'm just going to do it. No. All right. So just, bear with me and put that image in your mind. Anytime you want something, get into the feeling of it, feel about why you want it, what's the purpose of it, and it will come sooner and it will come in easier for you. All right. So, yeah. And money is just the vehicle to get to where you want to go, right? So at the end, after you think about this condominium, then you need to know, do I need to raise money? Do I need to borrow money? Do I need to beg money? What do I do to get this money, to get this condominium built, right? So the money is just a vehicle to get to where you want to go. After you learn this will allow you to tap into your infinite power and draw wealth along with having a joyous and peaceful mind. Thinking about things, immersing yourself into it, getting the right imagery, thoughts and words into your mind, having a purpose for it, then going after your dreams is the right way to approach abundance and wealth. And because you're thinking about it in a way that your brain understands. Your subconscious brain is to keep you alive. It's for survival. And that's the only way you can connect to infinite wealth and source. So you need to be talking to your subconscious mind and not your conscious mind, right? It wants to keep you alive. It wants to keep you healthy. You need to convince your mind about why being abundant, healthy, wealthy, and happiness will give you longevity. Why is that important for your survival? What is the purpose of it? Don't forget this. You will not see this in other videos.
I can tell you from experience that the surest way up the ladder is to listen carefully and follow my orders.
How do you get to the wealth and abundance that you're looking for? By talking with your subconscious mind about why being abundant makes you healthy. Okay? Constantly switching your words and thoughts differently will also transform this perception. As I said, go back to a couple of videos of mine and how I talked about, words and thoughts and how that makes you abundant. If you can imagine it and believe it, you can achieve it. Those are some very, very famous words from a long time ago. I don't remember said by who. If you can imagine it and believe it, you can achieve it. You know what? That quote is speaking directly to you and your subconscious mind. If you can imagine it and believe it, you can achieve it. And that's exactly what that saying is saying. And it's been around for many years and it's very, very true. From there, you can design, systemize, and set goals after you've done all what I've said before and plan of how you're going to get to those goals, whether it's finding a new career, a new job, a new way of meeting people who can help you, different ways to make money, and it's not always the same cookie cutter. So don't despair if you feel like you're in a career that will not garner you the abundance that you're looking for. There are many different ways to that. Right, and that's really it. I mean, it sounds like I'm simplifying it, but I believe that I've lived this and I'm telling you from experience, and it's not something that I take lightly because I've been doing this for years. I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I never had a full abundant mindset because I remember the days that I would never want to go into a fancy, like a store, high-end store in the mall, or, I wouldn't want to go close to anywhere that was like a restaurant or something that was like a high-end restaurant because, oh my God, I don't belong there. I can't afford anything here. But now, there I just walk in. I browse. The lady says, "Can I help you?" I said, "No, I'm just looking." And I know I'm not buying anything, but putting yourself in those environments, coming out of your comfort zone, experiencing and living the abundance that you want to live is very, very important to teach the subconscious mind or to talk to your subconscious mind. If you can imagine it and believe it, you can achieve it. Meaning, remember, money is a physical manifestation of energy and it's available in infinite sources. Only your subconscious mind can speak to the infinite source. How do you speak to your subconscious mind? Through imagery, through symbols, and through using high energy words and thoughts, right? From there, you talk with your subconscious mind and you figure out what is the purpose of this abundance. Remember, subconscious mind also is a survival mechanism for your body. It wants to keep you alive and healthy. You then need to talk to your subconscious mind about why this is important for your survival and your health, and then the magic starts. Okay? So I would love for you to comment below on how you use the law of attraction or an abundance mindset to get and achieve your goals so you can help others there. I do think about being a child and learning how to walk, to tie a shoe, to ride a bike. I never thought about it like, oh my God, this is something that I have to resist, I have to try hard. I'm never gonna walk. No, babies don't think like that. Children don't think like that. And until about age 7, we all live in a world of imagination and imagery. We role play with dolls, play with trucks and cars. We imagined it, we achieved it through playing. We need to get back to our childlike self and start doing those things again. Imagining yourself in the life you want, figuring out why you want it, convincing your mind, your subconscious mind, that is the way to live a healthy life, and it's necessary for survival, right? And then learning and teaching others how to do the same. So I will close by saying, believe that power, wealth, and abundance are already yours. Use your words and thoughts to change your subconscious mind and to spread abundance, joy, and love to all the people in your life. That is the recipe for abundance. That is a recipe for wealth, health, and happiness. All right. So I hope this video was very informative. Informal. It's kind of informal. I'm burning my God, it's so hot here. But I enjoy being here because I enjoy taking in this wonderful view. And I thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel because I need the likes and subscriptions. That's the way I speak to the YouTube people in my subconscious mind. I would love to do more. And I'd love to hear more about the topics that you want to hear about. So thank you again for joining me today. And as I usually say, walk good. I leave you with a nice little view here.